everyone, welcome back to the 10 to 1, your high-speed daily update where we're reeling in all things fishing in 10 minutes or less right here in one spot. I am your host, Mike Anderson. Today is Wednesday, March 23rd, and as always, I'm excited to be back here with all of you again today. Now, today, let's talk about why we chose to get into kayak fishing in the first place. Now, most of you watching this video have already dove into the world of fishing from a kayak. But let's get more specific and maybe roll back the calendar to the beginning and talk about some things that could maybe entice someone new who hasn't made the leap yet and discuss some of the pros to join this amazing pastime. In the last decade, kayak fishing popularity has exploded. We all know this. We see them out on the water all the time. The fact that you can get into a quality fishing kayak for under $1,000 or take it up to the max at around the $4,000 price range made it an attractive option for serious anglers. Not to mention their ease of portability, launchability, and a kayak gives anglers access to waters they were otherwise blocked from fishing, which often means a bounty of eager to bite fish just waiting to be touched. Now, these reasons alone should make anglers eager to consider kayak fishing benefits. The latest generation of fishing kayaks offer better fishability, versatility, and angling efficiency than their predecessors. If you've been debating getting into a kayak and doing some fishing, there's never been a better time to start than right now with the vast amount of options on the market for you and many different budgets available. Like many novice anglers, we started kayak fishing to get off the bank and access remote waters loaded with big bass, and after doing so, we quickly learned of the kayak fishing benefits. Now, whether you own a boat or are looking to get off the bank, here are several reasons to consider why you should get into kayak fishing. Affordability, number one. Accessibility, number two. Number three, versatile fishability. Number 4, portability. And number 5, traveler's friend. Number 6 is improved perspective. Now, we're going to break these down one by one and go a little more in depth on what I mean by each one of those items. Kayak fishing is more affordable than a powerboat. Duh, no-brainer, right? A fully rigged kayak is more affordable than a basic fishing boat and motor. Beyond the substantially lower cost up front, $1,500 to $4,000 let's say, kayak anglers spend less on towing fuel cost, insurance, maintenance, and launch fees. For those on a tight budget, a kayak's an excellent fishing platform to get you away from the bank. Now, not all fishing kayaks are created equal, mind you. Adding electronics, accessories, and opting for a propulsion system beyond a paddle increases the price. Now, easy water access. Whether in a plane, train, or automobile, I can't pass a water body without wondering what fish I'd catch in there, followed by, how can I get in there? So, a powerboat requires a launch ramp. Not so with a kayak, which lets anglers access waterways off limits to powerboats. This is a huge advantage and a huge opportunity to fish many bodies of water that you normally wouldn't be able to get into. This is by far one of the biggest factors for me, is where I can take a kayak and dump it into virtually any body of water that has any type of public access to the shoreline. Try that with a powerboat and trailer and see how it goes. Couple this with the fact that I can get a kayak in through the skinniest parts of the water without fear of clogging up a bow mount or scratching that shiny metallic gel coat on a $60,000 bass boat. You don't have to worry about that so much with these kayaks. Next is versatile fishability. What does this mean? It means you can fish a wide range of water bodies in a kayak and catch many species. Kayaking in the backwaters and through sloughs where largemouth bass like to hang out. Also, using the same rig to hop pools in small, fast rivers or drop shot deep bass from northern shield lakes even. Beyond our normal target of bass, kayakers can go after numerous species. Really, the sky's the limit with these rigs. Muskie, pike, walleye, panfish, striped bass, you name it. Kayaks are so versatile you can take them anywhere. Now, many fishing kayaks are wide and stable enough to stand in and fish. This is handy when executing underneath casts like pitching. You can use a kayak to access small lakes for panfish, and being able to stand and see and cast to deep grass helps catch those bluegills and crappie. Same for bass fishing on beds on a nice sunny spring morning. Next up is portability. Kayaks also are fairly easy to transport to and from the water. Advances in roof rack systems, or using a trailer, or hauling a kayak in the bed of a truck are all fine options. Not to mention options for kayak carts available on the market like Malone Yak Haulers or Sea Tugs, or even the new Catch Products cart that they just came out with a few weeks ago. All of these will help you get to and from the water super simple. Now, traveling on a dime. And once you learn how to fish from a kayak and are a proficient paddler, new angling adventures will arise. No matter where life takes you, if you can access a kayak when you're away from your main personal boat, you can have a wet line. Now, while many of us are keen bass anglers, the chance to get out fishing, no matter what the species are, is never far from our minds. I can encourage you to try kayak fishing on your local waters to get comfortable with it at first. And with some basic know-how under your belt, you'll be able to rent or borrow a kayak to go fishing when opportunity knocks. This could be when taking a winter vacation down south, or during downtime on a business trip, or if you ever should happen to find yourself on the other side of the world far from home and away from your boat. Next up is improved perspectives. What I mean there is fishing from a kayak provides unique angling benefits compared to being in a powerboat or when bank fishing. Now, here are 4 quick examples of what I mean by fishing from a kayak. Low angles. Kayaks are low to the water line, making it quite easy for a kayak angler to skip a soft plastic bait under a dock or between limbs of a downed timber. Next up, being low to the water also puts you closer to the action. If you think topwater strikes are cool standing, wait until you see them seated in a kayak. It's literally addicting. Slow and relaxing. Fishing from a kayak's slower than a powerboat. I don't mean this in a derogatory sense, far from it. Many folks, myself included, enjoy kayak fishing for this very reason. The down-tempo pace and quiet paddle strokes are relaxing in nature. Put you one with the water. Now, fishing where you are with that and what you've got, many anglers credit a kayak for helping them improve angling skills. Because mobility is limited, one tends to spend more time on a spot trying to figure fish out. You learn to be thorough and maximize those bites in a kayak. Now, related to this, most don't carry as much tackle in a kayak as they would in a boat. This encourages learning to use what you've got and to use that to catch more fish. Makes you a better angler all the way around. Now, change is good. Kayak fishing offers a refreshing change from the casting deck of the bank. As anglers, it's important to mix things up now and then. It challenges us to learn new ways of catching fish. It can also help reconnect us with one's passion for fishing in general. Now, there are many reasons to consider kayak fishing, but overall, a kayak opens doors to new angling opportunities. And if you haven't already done so, borrow, rent, or invest in a kayak of your own and make it out on the water. Trust me, once you get started, you'll meet new people, join new groups, become a better angler all the way around, spend less money, and just have a good time. Now, that's it for today's 10 to 1, folks. I hope these tips help. Maybe you can share this with somebody that's on the fence about getting into kayak and investing that initial upfront cost. Go out, find yourself a partner, a fishing buddy, show them the ropes, get them interested in this sport, and let's keep it growing. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time as always. Tight lines and stay safe, everybody.